Hello everyone, I'm Nur Aina Iwani binti Ahmad Sabri and my lecturer Samsul Setumi from University Teknologi Mara Cawangan, Pulau Pinang, Malaysia. I'm Aina and today I'll be conducting the presentation on one-shot learning for facial sketch recognition using the Siamese convolutional neural network. There are 5 subtopics will be discussed in this presentation. It will be start with the introduction and end with the conclusion. For the introduction part, I'll be discussing about the face recognition, face sketch recognition, one-shot learning, and Siamese-CNN. What is face sketch recognition? Face sketch recognition is a method of identifying and verifying identity of an individual using face. It will match one-to-many images in the dataset, and the advantages of using this method able to reduce the cost. Next, the face sketch recognition is a method of identifying and verifying identity of an individual, but in this case, it will be used drawing of face sketch. The advantages of this technique were able to automate scan sketch with dataset. One-shot learning is defined as classifying with one sample of each class. Due to limited sample, one-shot learning were proposed, and the advantages of one-shot learning able to improve the matching accuracy of facial sketch recognition. Siamese-CNN is a technique used with one-shot learning. It consists of twin networks that accept different input and join at the end of the network. The advantages of this Siamese-CNN were able to improve the retrieval rate on the facial sketch dataset. The problem found in this project were one-shot learning task was implemented using this limited sample data. So, the objective of this project is to suggest a method that can give reasonably high facial sketch to photo matching accuracy. Okay, for the related work part, first I will go for the artificial intelligence AI. AI is a broad field containing machine learning and deep learning. AI had become the central division of computer science and become the core of contemporary high-tech, where the applications span numerous fields. AI also were introduced in 1950s, where all the researchers start wondering about the machine ability to behave like human beings. Next, one-shot learning. One-shot learning is a learning of one-shot classes through the adaptation of knowledge learned from familiar class. This learning task intends to replicate human cognitive in recognizing previous learned data. Only a single example of data will be referenced in each new class. Siamese convolutional neural network. Siamese convolutional neural network, also known as Siamese-CNN, is the state-of-art tools in solving the image classification issue. The advantages of this method was able to improve the retrieval rate on the facial sketch dataset. Bromley and Redjun introduced Siamese-CNN in early 1990s to resolve signature verification as an image matching problems. For the methodology part, the one-shot learning for facial sketch recognition using Siamese convolutional neural network was developed using the Python programming in Spider software available in Anaconda platform. Due to the deep learning framework, the Keras IDE and TensorFlow were used. The Siamese convolutional neural network able to overcome the one-shot learning for verification challenge. For the project block diagram, as you can see here, there are two different types of dataset. First, the training and the testing. The dataset will be trained using the Siamese convolutional neural network Siamese-CNN, and the output will be evaluate the performance using the testing dataset or training dataset. For this project, the dataset for the facial will be collected, and for this case, The face dataset was rendered from Liber Spatial Facial Image Dataset and CUHK, which are Chinese University Hong Kong Face Sketch Database. The dataset were used for training and testing purpose. Due to the limited data obtained, the available face sketch were synthesized into a pseudo photo. As you can see here, the training picture will be saved into the image background folder, while for the testing picture, it will be saved into the image evaluation folder. For the image background, it will be 10 different picture where it will from the 10 pseudo photo and 10 real photo, while for the image evaluation, it will from a real sketch and real photo. For the face sketch synthesis, the face sketch synthesis is a process of synthesizing the real photo into a pseudo sketch photo. The sketch image was generated by synthesizing procedure, as you can see from the diagram above. The image will be turned into a grayscale image, then invert by simply subtracting the image. The inverted image is blurred by applying Gaussian filter. The color dodge blend modifies the bottom layer by inverted top layer, and the result produced you can see in the table where the real photo and the pseudo sketch. For the one-shot learning for facial sketch recognition, the one-shot learning is an architecture used single convolutional feed-forward network. It is suitable use in facial sketch recognition as it needed only one training sample to produce the output. To decide the class of the image, and way one-shot task was executed. This is the Siamese-CNN block diagram. As you can see here, this Siamese-CNN is referred as twins where two convolutional networks are from the same network. The input of the Siamese model share the same parameter, and the matching similarity accuracy produced based on the difference of activation function. This is the model architecture of Siamese-CNN for facial sketch recognition. The Siamese-CNN model consists of sequence convolutional layer where each layer uses a single channel. The convolutional filter number was specified as multiple 16 for optimize the model performance. The final convolutional layer is flattened into a single vector followed by fully connected layer and then one more layer. This is the result for the first. I'll be discussing about the dataset. As you can see here, the training and evaluating image were successfully collected and labeled. There are three different datasets used for training, evaluating, and for testing. So the training were used from the Liber Spatial Facial dataset, and the testing were used from the Chinese University Hong Kong. For the training, there are 70% number of person were chosen, where the total number of photo used were 1,400 photo. While for the evaluating purpose, there are 30 different percent were chosen, where the total number of photo were 600 photo. For the testing, there are 100% different percent were chosen, and the total of photo were 200 photo. For the training or evaluating, there are 10 pseudo sketch and 10 real photo are needed, while for testing purpose, only a real sketch and a real photo were needed. As you can see here, this is the result for the synthesized datasets. As discussing before, the synthesize is the process of synthesizing the real image photo into a pseudo sketch photo. Due to the unavailable of face sketch dataset of the same person in a large amount, the rendered photo need to be synthesized to a pseudo photo, where the pseudo photo imitates the sketching picture characteristic. For the facial sketch recognition, the one-shot tasks were executed for training and testing dataset. The one-shot tasks were successfully recognizing the face sketch matching with real face sketch, as you can see on the left side of yours. And this result proved that a single sample able to recognize from a large dataset. Okay, now I'll be discussing the performance of Siamese-CNN due to different activation function. The one-shot learning for facial sketch recognition with the help from Siamese-CNN deep learning able to produce high performance result of one-shot tasks. From the table, the result shows that the Siamese-CNN method produced the better performance by using sigmoid activation function. The result performed better as the number of iterations increased by using the sigmoid activation function. As you can see here, the first table shows the percent accuracy of n way with activation function variable for Siamese-CNN and nearest neighbor approach. As you can see here, the sigmoid with Siamese produced the most accurate result, while for the next table, accuracy of 10-way one-shot learning with activation function variation for Siamese-CNN, it showed that as the number of iterations increased for the sigmoid, the accuracy of 10-way one-shot learning also become more accurate. Okay, by referring to the figure above, the result demonstrates that by using the proposed Siamese-CNN with sigmoid activation function, the accuracy for the learning performance for one-shot task is most accurate as compared to the nearest neighbor. Based on the right side result, it proved that the proposed Siamese-CNN with sigmoid activation function produced a high performance for one-shot learning as compared to the nearest neighbor as the system were tested on the real sketch and photo images. Conclusion can be made from this project where the one-shot learning for facial sketch recognition using the Siamese-CNN with variation of activation function was proposed and evaluated. To achieve the state-of-art performance, this system needs many data, but the available of limited data for sketch datasets need the photo to synthesis into pseudo-sketch. The model can be trained to learn the similarity between the pseudo-sketch and photo. The best activation function is sigmoid as the accuracy of 100% as early as 300 learning iteration for 10-way one-shot learning. The result demonstrates the accuracy increases as the learning iteration increase. For future work, I recommend you to increase the number of iterations for this system as it will produce more accurate result. Moreover, the better pseudo-sketch for training are required to guarantee better matching accuracies. This is the reference for me used for conducting this project. Thank you. Any question you may be used for the comment section. Thank you.